Welcome to Muscle TV.
Thank you. As you can see, I've got with me in the studio today, we've got Chille and his jock sock. What is that? What is that all about?
Jock sock was, most of you fitness guys know that we have to tan all the time. If you're a fitness guy, you got to tan all the time. So,
yep, part of the job.
4 years ago, I saw a really inspirational documentary called it was called What the Bleep Do We Know? The name of the documentary was.
What the Bleep Do We Know?
What the Bleep Do We Know is the name of the documentary, if you guys want to check it out. And that inspired me to create a sock for your jock for indoor tanning beds, because for years I was wearing a sock. And come to find out that a sock doesn't actually protect your package. So after tons of research, I actually figured out that a jock sock made of a particular type of blend of fiber actually blocks UV light, and it covers the captain and co-pilots.
You did some research into this material then?
I did. And then after a while, you know, it's fourth year in business, I needed help, I needed a business partner, so David Kimberly came around, and I jumped at the chance. The guy's smart, attractive, ambitious, so we've been rocking it ever since.
Let me take you back to the beginning about wearing a sock over your jock in the tanning beds. Is that really necessary? You know, I know you've got to wear the eye protectors going there to protect the eyes, and if you have lotion on to add moisture to the skin, but I mean, really, is it necessary for a sock on the jock?
Let me break it down for like the basic person who just, you know, isn't a big thinker. High pressure UV light and your testicles. I want kids. I'm over 30 years old. I want kids. I want kids one day. And I tan all the time. I have that narcissism about me where I like to be tan, I like to look good, I like to be brown. And at the same time, I want function every day. Every single day. Until I die. Until I die. And I don't want any light on my reproductive organs. What it does is it actually binds together to block out UV light. The material itself actually binds together to form a barrier that blocks out UV light. It's absolutely amazing technology. When I go in and get airbrushed or spray tanned, well, we just met, you know, and here I am standing in front of some lady that I don't know, and if I'm going to do a show, I got to look a certain way, then I want to be tan everywhere, but I don't want her necessarily to look at my kibbles and bits. Is that what they say back in England?
Oh, well, it's one of the terms, yeah, but I mean, first off, no, not first off, you want to keep that protected.
I make a facial product for women called Face Force Field. It's called Face Force Field. I make a cover for your face, and it's made out of like real pretty butterflies and rainbows and hearts and things like that. Something real pretty turquoise,
all the pretty
purple.
Stuff that women
right. I also make a black one and a silver one for guys to cover your face if you want to cover your face when you're tanning it. But the facial protection has really made Jock Sock the company that it is.
What do you have to say about women's nipples? Is that something that needs to be protected on a...
It's actually called Bullseye. It's called a Bullseye, and it's made out of rings, so that you can, if you're a woman and you really are concerned about covering up your nipples, you can measure how big your nipple is and then trim it so it fits exactly over your nipple size. You know, originally, I did not make Jock Sock for sale. I made Jock Sock for me. 4 years ago, I made the first Jock Sock for me and me alone. And then a friend of mine said, Chille, that's a fantastic idea. Why don't you put it on the market?
Well, what was a friend doing seeing your jock sock?
Well, the first one I made that actually was actually 99% UVP, and I put it on when I was asleep. It has a drawstring on it, so everything goes in the pouch. And then I tucked the drawstring in, and I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning, and I woke up, eureka! I had actually come up with a jock sock that works. It's actually 6 inches around and 8 inches deep, so the jock sock. Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Well, I was embarrassed.
Well, on that note, I think we should take a short commercial break, but stay tuned because we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about the competition that started this whole jock sock trend. Hello and welcome back to LA Muscle TV. Well, I'm joined back in the studio with Chille, and guys, we were just talking. I mean, you're both in excellent shape, and you look like you model. I know we were talking a little bit earlier about some of the magazines. How did that come about? I mean, you started out with modeling work and fitness work.
Yeah, I came to Los Angeles. I came to Los Angeles in 2000, and I came here chasing the dream, like everybody else was. And I was always a personal trainer since I was about 18 years old. Mm-hmm. And the first magazine cover I did, a guy walked up to me at the gym. I was at a predominantly West Hollywood gay gym, pretty much a gay gym. And this guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, will you come in the bathroom and take off your shirt?" And at the time, I was really thrown back because I just moved to West Hollywood. I wasn't used to this. And so I looked at the guy and I said, Sure. Let's go. So we went back there, and he said, you just hit the mark, kid. You want to shoot the cover of Muscle Media? And I said,
just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
Bill Phillips, Muscle Media, and I was on my first cover in 2000, and then through the nutrition, because I come from a predominantly fat, overweight family, like morbidly obese.
So it's within your gene to be fat.
Oh, I could be fat in a week. Just so the viewers know, I could be fat in a week. No diggity, no doubt.
Did that play a role in your fitness, and you thought, I'm going to fight this, I'm not going to allow myself to be fat?
Oh yeah, in a huge way. When my grandfather died when I was in adolescence, my grandmother sat me down and told me, you have the fat gene in your system, so you're probably going to die young, like at 12. And
wow.
I looked at her and I said, that's just not true. Oh yeah, I'll tell you. You know, he is meticulous with his meat. All that meat off the chicken, step by step. I'll show you how I cook it. Now what? Do you want to look like this? Great, I can teach you. My mom is fat, my dad is fat, my siblings are overweight, my dog is fat. I'm not joking, I can show you a picture of my fat dog. It's a fat dog. Yeah, I was big boned, I was thick. I had the fat gene. I'm a guy. If you live in the South, you eat.
You've come on, you've spoken about the Jock Sock, and what was the website?
Oh, you can go to myjocksock.com.
myjocksock.com. Chille, it's been a great pleasure having you on the show. Thank you very much. And no doubt we will be seeing a lot of you in up and coming magazines. And on that note, until next time we're back in the studio, take care. Bye bye.